Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know that there is another Star Wars series coming out? It's called Star Wars Skeleton Crew. We've got some brand new images and a general reaction online to take a look at. And you're probably thinking, sort of, what is this? I think most people are in the same boat. Most people were not aware that this was even coming out. It seemingly was like a series that they, I guess, memory hold. I mean, they didn't really promote it at all. It's with Jude Law, for instance, as well. So not exactly like a small-time actor. Someone who was once a very, very big actor. You know, people forget that, but Jude Law was a relatively huge actor at one point, big A-lister. He's in a Star Wars series with little children, and we've got our first look, I guess. So we'll take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Let's dive into it, shall we? So this was released to people.com. Again, you can kind of see where they're going with this in terms of not really pushing it that much. It's really odd. It is odd. They're not really pushing it at all. You know, of all places to start your marketing push, people.com. Okay. People.com got the first official look from Disney and Star Wars Skeleton Crew. That is odd, isn't it? Tell me I'm wrong. That is odd. Anyway, let's have a look. So Jude Law teases childhood adventure and Star Wars Easter eggs in Skeleton Crew. So here's the first look. Tell me how much it reminds you of Star Wars as we go through this, eh? So Jude Law has officially joined the famed intergalactic universe with Star Wars Skeleton Crew. In People's exclusive first look at the latest addition to the iconic franchise, the actor, 51, takes on the role of Jod Narwood. These names are getting worse. When four kids make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, they get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. According to the show's official synopsis, finding their way home, meeting unlikely allies, and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. I will say this very clearly is not made for like Star Wars fans, right? Like current Star Wars fans. It's made to create new Star Wars fans in children. And you know, there's two ways of looking at that. It's admirable for Disney to, you know, create something specifically for very, very young children. It's also somewhat a bit desperate, I guess. Maybe they're playing the long game. They're like, we've got no Star Wars fans anymore. Shit. We need to make new ones. Like, I know that's me being super cynical, but there definitely is an air of that, I think. So in addition to Law, child actors, people that you don't care about will be in this as well. And this is what we're dealing with. Look at this. Look at them speeders. Look at that. What the fuck is this? When asked about what Star Wars fans can expect with the latest addition to its cinematic universe, Law tells people that the, quote, first word that comes to my mind when describing the series is joyful. Two words come to my mind. Looks like bloody Stranger Things. Stranger Things for children. So he also explains that viewers will watch the kids maneuver through places where they shouldn't be, and adds that seeing children in that environment, in a Star Wars environment, is thrilling and very, very unique. It is a fun place to be, the universe of Star Wars, he adds with a smile. And there are great references to old films and recent episodes and series. There's a lot of originality, and I hope that will bring the feeling of fun to those who watch it. Look at this. Look at this. Is that white? Or is that like a cross between the Cloud City dude and also Geordie LaForge from bloody Star Trek? Like, what is going on here? In Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Law tells people that he and his younger cast members are all in a constant state of confusion and jeopardy and challenge. Apparently the series is very much a piece about working together and overcoming fears, and overcoming perhaps one's opinion of oneself or one's own weaknesses in order to succeed. I had a wonderful time making this with everyone involved. Those 4 in particular who worked with me very closely were just great fun and incredibly professional, and I'm immensely proud to be a part of their crew. So this is made by John Watts and Christopher Ford. They share some comments here. Because he's with the kids all the time, he's also kind of like the co-director, co-producer with us, and he's co-acting coach, you know, giving the kids tips, and they would look to him. He really became sort of a mentor figure to the kids as well. And he didn't have to do that, he just did that because it was nice and it would make things work great. This does look shit. Like, he's just got a normal torch. Why have they just got normal torches? Oh, God. Oh, look at this. Again, I know it's not for me. I'm aware it's not for me. But it's still lame. So apparently there's a new droid. Nick Frost is going to voice it. Good get. Nick Frost is cool. Good to see him in stuff again. And he says he's like a rusty old cranky droid that sort of reluctantly helps the kids along the way. And just says the other thing about him is that he's the first mate of a mysterious ship. Fantastic. Of course, you're expecting to work with droids and alien species, but you forget that they're brought to life in front of you by these extraordinary people who have skills. Whether it's puppets or as animatronic experts, you're surrounded by them because they're as much a part of the cast as those who are flesh and blood. Anyway, there's not a great deal else to take a look at, so I thought what we would do, because again, the rest of it is just like an interview type thing, I thought we'd take a look at what the general response has been, because of course, Star Wars official Twitter account shared this. And 10 guesses. Was it positive response or was it not? What do you think? It wasn't very positive. Remember, Star Wars has 6.4 million followers, and they could only get 476,000 views on this. That's pretty bad, not going to lie. And the response is not great. Is this a gender swap knockoff of Stranger Things? Dumbo. I truly hope this gives the same kind of garbage tier writing and memorable moments that The Acolyte did. Again, there is some positivity there, but not a lot. Hope it's not another pile of garbage, like The Acolyte. If these shots were shown out of context, I'd never have guessed they were part of Star Wars. That, for me, is already a red flag. I hope it's better than a Crapalite. Yep, that's what I said, yep. It is exactly the same vibe. Bizarre. I'm not quite sure what the... Weird. It's weird that so they are replying to certain people. I think they're replying to accounts that they know about as well. Neil Nation. What is Neil Nation? Is this some like weird bot thing that they're doing? Does look that way. You're giving me so much happiness. This looks so freaking good. Quick. Keep throwing Star Wars content out. Something has to stick. Too soon to ask why there isn't a young white boy co-star. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Not great. A white male character with a British accent calling it now. He's a bad guy. That's probably a good... Again, so the response is not great. Some people's responses are pretty decent, obviously. But Disney does run... They do run interference on these things. They do run bots. And they push sort of positive promotion on these things. So we'll see. When the trailer drops, that will be it. That will be really interesting. That'll be the tell-all, I guess. In terms of just whether people even bother to watch the trailer or not. What do you guys think, though? I'd love to hear it, so drop it down below. Please do, guys. Subscribe to my Patreon. I do get demonetized here. It'd be good to have you over there for exclusive content and things like that, because there is some exclusive content there. So please do check it out. It's the first link down below. It's very, very cheap to support over there. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye now.